I'm so sorry. Alright, here we go. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. It's okay, we can fix it. So, we're gonna start with Funerals Monthly. So what you missed was me trying to explain that today, I'm sure you could tell just by the visuals, but we are a funeral director, a mortician, and yeah. Our friend got us a subscription to Funerals Monthly, which is going to help us with our funeral etiquette. So here we go. Thanks for subscribing. Each month, we bring you a new newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are, because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that. But there are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at funerals. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. 1. Don't be on your cell phone. 2. Don't be loud and obnoxious. 3. Don't get drunk. 4. Happily reminisce. 5. Give condolences. 6. Dress appropriately. 8. I said this last time, I don't know where 7 went, but 8. Give a gift or sign the registration book. Maybe I should have read this the other way around. Everything is so upside down. So basically, Amy Rose is the one who owns the funeral home, who welcomed us, and Matthew here is the one who drops everything off to us. Our name is Charlie. Yeah, so, okay. I'll just read Matthew's email real quick. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll really enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck, Matthew J. Thanks. Did I read this one last time? I don't think I read this one. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, Where is Brian right now? Cremulator? That station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, Amy. And this is apparently, Jen is probably, I'm assuming, my best friend. She's super sweet. She's the one who subscribed to Funerals Monthly for us. And she is in London as a... God, what are you working as? Museum... Not a director, but she's working in a museum, and she's really proud of it. Because apparently people told her that she couldn't get a job with an art history degree. But if you've ever been in a museum, you would know that's, where else would you go? Well, I mean, I'm sure you could go other places, but that's kind of the most promising. And then today's tasks are Mrs. Garcia. We don't need to embalm her. We just need to clean her off. So we're going to do it again. It's going to be fast. It's going to be pretty easy. And again, very sorry. Very sorry that this whole thing, cut out. Okay, that's it. You're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You're responsible for taking care of the deceased's body, but it is also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. I swear, the more I stream, the worse I get at reading. Okay. So, it doesn't seem like we can sign the book at this one. Let's start here. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be putting a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's just what they do. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess? Yeah, I guess. We usually don't small talk a lot at these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Wait a minute, who are you? Do you say more than one thing? No, you don't. Alright, I guess that means I'm good to go. Okay, now we get back to where we were when I realized that my mic was muted. Like an idiot. Oh god, I know, I hear you. Alright, so Jen is upset. Can I rant for just a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, male colleagues, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist bullshit anyways. Go off, Jen. And I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your, oh boy, condescension is hurting my head. Ugh, I'm sorry. I'm so out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a bit when I've cooled off a bit. And then 50 minutes later. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, sigh, it's actually been associated with, visceraptosis. I hope that was right. Which is when the organ falls into the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet I am treated like I know nothing. Like I know nothing about... Let me start over there. I had the wrong inflection. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet am treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. It's 5:30 a.m. and you're already having a day? Jen, I'm so sorry. Hi, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one, and the family was happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. I mean, it's not like they asked for much. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. An elderly man, died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Best, Amy Rose. P.S. Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew. He knows. Alright, let's see it. Alright, so this is from Mrs. Garcia's daughter. Hi, Amy. Please pass along with our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice to see everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So, what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Best, Mia. Aw, just passing this message along. Thanks for the hard work, Charlie. Oh boy, Matthew has written us a novel. Give me a second. We gotta prep for this. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, taking our client on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange I know, did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But so, the big day, we all get in our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, someone in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of the procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. No one was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyway, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in the way that makes you not sure if they're really crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling. Because, go figure. Life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I just remembered that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time, and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later and is nothing remarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? I'll see you in a bit, Charlie. Bye, Matthew. Here we go. Funeral Monthly. What to wear when you're attending a funeral from a different culture. Oh, I like that. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And being part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more towards formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know this goes back to the early days of the Roman Empire? No, where people would wear black as a symbol for mourning. Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though. And if you're attending a funeral that's from a culture that's not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and Chinese cultures, white is a typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it's less about the color you're wearing and more about how modestly dressed you are. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, Sikh? I actually don't know how to pronounce that. No, we're learning today. Hang on. Sikh. Yep, Sikh. Alright. Sorry, I had to make sure I was right. For Sikh funerals, color of clothing isn't important, as it is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule for any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you are attending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you, so be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible, even if that means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral, or if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respects. So I wasn't sure if that wasn't me being like a dick about grammar. That was me not knowing if I was reading the sentence incorrectly. Okay. So she just wants standard funeral and embalming. This is our first time ever embalming a body. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Click on the sponge. You've got it. Click on the razor and shave body. Amazing. Okay. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Okay. Oops, sorry. Go. This is such an interesting game. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it shape. Is this the eye cap? Yes. Oh, I understand. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue onto each eye to shut it. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag the cotton ball into the mouth to give it shape. Ah, okay. To keep the mouth from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle and thread over the jaw to close it. There we go. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. That makes sense. Go. Alright. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. You know what? Maybe I should put a trigger warning on this before I go any further. Hang on. I'm just gonna real quick edit the info in here. Because I don't want anyone to walk in and see me cutting open an in-game dead body. Give me just a second. do it. I believe in you. There it is. Good baby. Okay. Okay. Done. Okay. Alright. And now we're good. Just wanted to make sure. Alright, let's see what we got here. Bombing revolves. Oh yeah, the scalpel. Again, incision. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube. Okay, yeah, no, you can just throw your scalpel back onto the table. Click the tube and drag it into the neck incision. Cute. Click on the cannula. Cannula. No, it's cannula for sure. And drag it into the carotid artery. This is how you'll get the preserving chemicals into the bloodstream. Now you'll need to connect the embalming machine with the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. Okay, more tubing. Hello, you said more tubing, did you not? No? Okay. God, I'm so confused. Hang on. Grab some additional tubing. Oh. I was going in the wrong place. Click the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. In order to evenly distribute, you'll have to massage them through the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Okay. This way. And then this way. And then this way. Ryaki! Hello! I love you! Good morning, or good afternoon at this point, I guess. How's your day going? We're funeral directors today. How many times? Oh, I see. And then we just sew it back up. Almost done. You'll need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click the trocar. Then click and hold on the abdomen until all the liquid has been drained. Just woke up? Well, good morning then. Okay, wait a minute. Click the trocar. Oh, okay. Bam. Oh, wait. Okay. Wow, they made this as gentle and non-gory as they possibly could have, and I am a fan. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duval's makeup, as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. Where's the game that lets us be the makeup person for this? Because that's what I want to do. It's time to attend the funeral. Alright. I'm already dressed, so don't gotta worry about that. Well, he didn't do a very good job with his makeup. Why is he so gray? I thought I was supposed to sign the gown. I guess not. Okay. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. New career choice. Why is your character so cute? I don't know. I didn't even make her. That's just who she is. Her name's Charlie, which I love. I love the name Charlie. humming to himself. New career choice. It's actually something that I've thought about quite a bit. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals. So mostly white, but like, definitely not red, no matter what. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, one minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, that person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah. It's weird to think about it all for all that long. Like staring at the sun. I start to feel fuzzy when I think about it. So weird. How our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. So we were actually on the monthly subscription, funeral monthly that we have. We were actually talking about appropriate clothing and etiquette for different funerals of different cultures. How, this is, cool for Roman Catholic, but in like, I believe it was Hindu and Chinese funerals, white is usually the color for mourning. And different like states of dress and what's appropriate and whatnot. Did I hear the baby man? I don't believe that you did. He's in the living room though. So, he's around. This is the first time I've streamed with a camera in a little while, so I finally did re-enable his... Oh! Hang on. We're gonna have to... Okay, from Mr. Duval's daughter. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to see him off in such a kind way. Thank you, Lizzie. Just passing on the note. And you have redeemed Raffi. All right. I'll be right back. Alright, Ryaki, I have returned with the boy, as requested. Hi, honey. Want to say hello? Here, we'll turn this way for you if you want. There you go. Here's my good boy. Oh, thank you. He's been sleeping all day, as is custom at this point. Baby. Hi, Nick. Yes, he is absolutely baby. You say hello. Oh, what a good boy. And back to kisses. Thanks, bud. So gorgeous. He is beautiful. He is so beautiful. I can't wait for you to meet him. Can't wait for you both to meet him. Oh, thanks, bud. Alright, and Ryaki, since you summoned Raph for the remainder of the stream, he will hang out in the room with us. Alright, bud. Gotta get back to it. Excuse me. You can hang here if you do want to. He just kind of does whatever. Gotta readjust my hair because having it trapped in the headset is so uncomfortable. I do have to scoot this. I hope you don't mind. It doesn't interrupt your shit there. Oh, it doesn't even matter because you jumped off. Okay. Sick. At first it was for comfort, now it's just for vanity. Okay, here we go. I summoned him like a great deity. Imagine doing this huge, like, grand ritual and just this little fluffy cat shows up, like, yes? Okay, so we got that. And then we've got, oh, Jen messaged us again. I like Jen, she's our best friend. Meet cutes for death-positive cuties. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I try to give you dating advice. Yes, I do, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the death industry. Okay, maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody new since the great breakup of 2014, and we will never speak of again or after this moment. Oh, that we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask about your day, so maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea? Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin and witchy gothy aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Mom rant over. I'm going to try it out because it turns out people get super scared off when you tell them that you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find, oh boy, teratomas? Teratomas? Charlie, I didn't know we were this weird to the outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you. Let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. P.S. If you sign up for Dead Meat, isn't that the best name for a death industry website, dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet, though. I like her. I like her a lot. God, I do that daily, just summoning him. Ah, the great breakup of 2014. I had one of those. I did too! No, wait, mine was 2016, right? Ryaki, help, was it 2016? I'm not great with dates. I don't remember. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. Nope. It's back to normal. I saw the camera kind of shudder for a second there. Alright, here we go. Hey Matthew, this is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. Take care, Amy. Aw. And then Matthew. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm going to go grab some fast food before taking the hearse through the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone, and swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? A beef and cheddar? I'm going to take the hearse through the drive-through, though. I'm going to take the hearse through the drive-through, of course. It freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Let me know. I'm heading out in 15 minutes, Matthew. This is the kind of person I would be. This is why I don't have my driver's license, because if I did, I would buy a hearse. Oof, can't remember. Let's buffer it and say 2015. Works for me. Works for me. All right, from Funerals Monthly, LGBTQ funerals, respect. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during their funerals. Yes! Speak on it, Funerals Monthly! There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut or buried under their wrong names and subjected to wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. And this absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased's wishes as per their lived experiences. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive enter male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined under verification with medical records, inspect the body or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation obviously enters into the world of issues since bodies can be so different. And because of this ingrained bias, people can incorrectly draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived. So, a step in the right direction. I'm going to... Yeah, oh wow. That's wonderful that this game is doing something like that. Yeah, no, they're great. This is, I believe, made by an indie company. I'll look it up and share the info in just a second. But yeah, no, I love this. Our best friend has already been ranting about misogynistic bullshit at her job, so I love this game already. People who are trans deserve the same respect and death that people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering and death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that survive the deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on laws around same-sex marriage, but this doesn't mean you're not dealing with two people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. Okay. I love that so much. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. Okay, I'm on it. Oh, we're not gonna, you know, embalm. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we'll need to prepare her body. Oh, they just kind of sent them to her. Sent her to us. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. Let's start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. Click and drag the necklace and place it on the purple tray. We need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Oh, it's a cremation. That zoomed right over my head. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Great. Mrs. Hall is all set to be cremated now. Oh, just like that, huh? And we're just gonna bye, Mrs. Hall. Ah, and here's the ashes. I see. I understand. This is the cremator. Cremulator? Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash, so much as bone fragments. Using the cremator... You know what? Hang on. I'm not gonna look stupid on my own well, it's too late, but you know what I mean. How do you pronounce it? Show me. How do you do it?
Cramulator.
Cramulator? Cramulator? Yes?
Cremulator.
That doesn't help me. No. I don't need you to spell it for me. I know how to spell it. Oh, none of you are helping me. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that this is just not a normal thing to look up. I'm sure it's not. Cremulator is just what I'm gonna go with for the rest of this. Creme brulee. No! Using the cremulator will break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Okay, urn. Click on the urn and drag it into the cremulator under the nozzle. There we go. Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them on top. Oh, charming. Now that all the bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back to the counter. Make sure to put Mrs. Hull's necklace back into the urn. Click on the necklace and drag it to the urn. Don't forget the tag. Click the round identification tag and drag it to the urn. Last step. Click the urn's lid. The lid. There we go. Well done. Amy will take the urn into the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. And now we have to go out there. Pay respects. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. Glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. Oh, we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. This is nice, in a weird way. She'd like that we were all here talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know it's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Thanks. Okay. I guess that's it for today. Ooh, that is quite a bit later. Let's check. News from Amy Rose. The future of... Oh no. Here we go. Hi all. It is with a very heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that it would be the best, easiest way to break the ice. But remorseful, Google said. We already lost our job. Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, she dropped the news that we were losing our jobs on Valentine's Day. Thanks, Amy. Amy, that's what I said. I was like, Amy Rose. Okay, I see you. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways, and you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So we've been bought. Or I sold. Either way, Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated, a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes, though honestly I'm trying hard not to see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it is a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that. But I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation, and have agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Oh, okay, so we still have our job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but I admittedly didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Sincerely, Amy. Oh, Amy. Also, the camera's acting up. Oh, okay. It did that earlier, too. I'm not sure why. Alright. So, our cute, fun family just got bought out by a corporation. Yay, capitalism. Alright, here we go. Hi, Amy. I'm so eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our requests for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Sincerely, Margareta. Thank you, Amy, for showing me. Alright, here we go. Mariana. Sorry, had to sneeze. Oh. There we go. Mariana Reyes. Hi, Amy. You asked if there were any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He was a peacemaker, too. He has a pacemaker. He has a pacemaker, too. The doctor told me that it would need to be removed. Thanks, Mariana. Hi, Charlie. Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Got it. Just hang on. This is from Ryan Garcia? Okay. I don't know what to do. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out and you would know somebody I could talk to about this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother has lived a full, good life and was very happy, and that she's not in any pain now, but still, I feel empty. I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't know. I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough, with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience, Ryan. Aw. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we can typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or some other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I would be happy to contact him, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. And it would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Thank you. I also don't know how to help you because I wasn't given the option to. Bless you. Thank you. I always mute when I sneeze so that the audio doesn't go haywire. A challenger approaches. Okay, let's see it. Here we go. Jen, my best friend. Charlie, I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like seriously, it's really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at that hotel for 3 years, but I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghosts. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the restaurant we go to when one of us is in town next. Jen. Oh, thanks, Jen. Keep on protecting Earth with green burials. Hell yeah, Funerals Monthly. God, you've hit it on the nose every time so far. All 3 times. You've lived your life mindful of the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue that even in death? At least, that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. This is a really good point. And this is actually something that I wanted to do for myself. I want to be buried, there's those, like, become a tree type things. And that's what I want, personally. Anyway. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focused on a few rules. Mainly, it's that bodies aren't allowed to be embalmed with chemicals that can damage the environment, and bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is it better for the environment, it's also cheaper. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial is just over $1,000. So it's better for the people, the environment, just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget, people, this is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions. I need to slow down. Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing bodies, and restore and preserve natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. We here at Funerals Monthly think green burials are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. I love them. Alright, so just a regular cremation, but we need to find the pacemaker first. Let's do it! Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, or Reese. I don't know. Came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode under the hot heat of the cremation machine, and we definitely don't want that. Let's start by removing Mr. Reyes' pacemaker. God damn it. Click and drag the scalpel over the heart to make an incision. Okay. You can see the pacemaker. Click on the forceps to click and drag the pacemaker out of the heart. Did I do that wrong? No. Oh, okay. I already had it. Put the forceps away. Then place the round identification tag in the coffin. Should be set to be cremated now. Okay. Off to the urn it is. Using the cremulator, we'll break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Place the urn in the cremulator. And the bones. Okay, and then tag goes in. Nope, tag goes in. There we go. And then the lid. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Oh, he looks really sad. I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere? Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? Last group. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No. We talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Alright, and I guess now we're owned by a large corporation. 2 weeks later. I'm waiting for Matthew to message me. Okay, let's see. Hi, Amy. I just wanted to thank you for the service the other month, and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hadn't been easy. Mariana. Oh. Our son? Hang on. Let's see it. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was, clearly, not thinking right, and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. As for payment, we'll bring a check. Fuck you! Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation yet anyways. They're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. No. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advanced directive regarding these wishes, so his family is legally in the right and to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later in the afternoon. Charlie, is suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know. I'm here if you need me. Yes. Yeah. He deserves to be what he wanted to be. I want to cremate him so bad. Okay, here we go. Jen, help me. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker, look at what you've done to me. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, and I'm writing you on my phone, so I don't like Googling it. I don't feel like Googling it right now. Anyway, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call a biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the body, and provide nutrients for the soil for the plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all of your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, am I right? It's actually encouraged to plan ahead. Alright, things to avoid saying at a funeral from Funerals Monthly. Welcome back. Now, we rarely do listicles around here. Did I say that right? Listicles. It's probably listicles. But this month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would would be the best way to deliver this month's advice, what not to say at a funeral. Where we know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult, and since it's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people. But fortunately, we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what not to say to someone who's grieving. So here it is. Funeral's monthly top 5 things to not say at a funeral. At least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this. It's probably not in your place to dictate. Who wants to be told that the death of someone they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, even if it is true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. 2. Were they saved? No religious statements. Just don't. Why? Because not everyone agrees with your religious views, and not only is it not comforting, it can also be insulting. 3. They're with the angels now. See above's note, then rinse, repeat. 4. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. You want to help, but those in mourning won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them. Take them to their favorite restaurant, or buy them tickets to see a movie together. 5. I know how you feel. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes people will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied to any situation, don't say stuff for the sake of saying stuff. Just say, I'm sorry, if you don't know what else to say. Smart. Alright. Cease has asked for an open casket. Start by cleaning the body. Kiddo, I'm so sorry. Shave. The thing that gets me about this one is that this is not what he wanted. Insert eye caps. Glue the eyes shut. Put cotton balls into the mouth. Sew the jaw close. Nope, that's a scalpel. There we go. Moisturize. Oops, there we go. And then incision along the neck. Tubing. I love how forcefully that thing drops. There we go. Turn it on. One. There we go. Sew back up. So, oh yeah, that's right. Oops, sorry. There we go. Train the organs. And all done. Mike will take care of Mr. Scott's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. Alright. Hello, Mr. Scott. We need to hire a new makeup artist. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known. You know what? Hang on. I'm going to update. I didn't realize that there would be suicide in this game, so just updating the content warnings. Okay. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know? Been able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. You can't blame yourself. He wouldn't have wanted that. I know. It's just... it hurts. Yeah, I know. I heard it wasn't going to be an open casket. I'm surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. I wish we were closer. Wow. I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother. I should have played more games with him when he asked. Oh, this one hurts. The other ones were fine. They were older people. Well, except for that guy who passed away from lung cancer. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay. Here we go. Chad Grant. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated. They will be another institution among hundreds of other properties owned across the country, but of course, as a part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details on these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. I don't like you. Yep, here we go. All right, Matthew, let's go. What the hell? Can I just say, first off, that this is bullcrap. I know that how these corporations run, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking over your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their bullshit practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. Yeah, that's right, I glanced at them before. Funeral packages? That's not what it used to be. Maybe I should have checked this earlier on. Okay. P.S. If you're reading this, Hillside Overlord. Good. I love him. Okay. Here we go. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Charlotte. I don't go by Charlotte, I go by Charlie. Below are the details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. Ooh. Hang on. You are invited to attend a death cafe. Come increase awareness of death with a view of helping people to make their most to make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations to death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, "When people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity. See everyone at the Upside Down Jar next Thursday." And Jen says, "Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work I have to do within new word. How do you say that? Hang on, we're finding out. Inguinal?
Inguinal.
Inguinal. Okay. That's gotta be it, right? Please let that be it. Yep. Inguinal hernia from 1750 is the oldest in our collection. And you can even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when we have it cataloged. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? But anyway, this event I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe space. Jen, thank you. Different funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body to different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with death, but the goal is always the same: offer support, guidance, and ease the people who are grieving. In Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after somebody has passed. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone. So often families will appoint a shomer, a guardian, to remain with the body. Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible in the Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts of South Korea, the most amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a law to be passed that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Wow. Many families began to cremate more often. But there are also companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and the expenses of cremation. I didn't know that. This is so I'm learning so much. And not all practices are somber either. Ever hear of the turning of the bones? Yes. Or the Famadihana, a ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar. Famadihana has families return to an ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and a way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. I really like that. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't a beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. I really like this game. It's super informative. It is super informative. I'm so impressed with how much I'm learning. Like, I like it a lot. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my oldest brother, Brian, this is what he's going to school for. He's going to be a funeral director. So I was really excited to play this game because I felt like maybe if he talked to me about anything, maybe there would be one or two things that I could actually keep up with. But this is going so much further into it than I was expecting. Okay, what did you want? She wanted to be cremated. Okay. Prepare. Okay. Go. Place the identification tag in the coffin, and you are set. Oh, I didn't know he was doing that. Yeah, he actually, I think last week was his first week of online classes. Here we go. So, the cremulator, we'll get the bones. So I also didn't know that they had to, I kind of just assumed that that's what the furnace was for. Alright, done. All done. Matthew will take Miss Ionesco's urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Alright, let's step out there. Is this more people than usual? So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. Oh, I didn't mean to stand directly in front of you. I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No. Thanks, but I mean, no. I don't know. It's so intimate. It feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book. Except to you. Yeah. She was special. I'm glad I'm here. But wow, I just need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. She was always so careful, wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask Leah. It's been hard enough on them without all the legal ramifications of all this. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. Oh. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. I think that's everybody. Okay, it seems like we're getting more jobs now. Oh, I'm taking care of the plant. Rules and code of conduct. Oh no. Hello. As stated in a previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on while on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated. I hate it when people talk to me like this. This is one of my hugest pet peeves. Instead of going, hey, like, you know, here's the guidelines we go by. Would really appreciate if you could take a look. Or if somebody asks, like if somebody needs help from me, I will jump up and help anybody who's like, hey, would you mind just giving me a hand doing this? But if somebody goes, hey, I need you to do this now, I'm like, go fuck yourself. Sorry. I do not like his tone. Although I didn't like him from the start, so First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second most important, we have tattoos on our arms. Second most importantly to this is that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, assure that they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell. Always encourage the deceased's loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. No! We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased's loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner catering concepts provides high-quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can easily be defrosted the morning of the funeral. I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into a high-quality services Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated is known for. And Matthew, Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? Yes. P.S. Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry. And no, I will not say hangry. Ever. You just did. I'm the same way. Yeah. I don't know. It's just, there's a way to get people to want to do things for you. There's a way to get me to want to do things for you or to be happy to help you. That's not it. By ordering me around and commanding me, you know what that's gonna do? That's gonna make me fucking hate you. Here we go. Green burial policy. Oh no. Okay. Hello, Charlotte. I have reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we have Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this in the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries of Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming, caskets, and vaults instead. I trust you will ensure we do not lose any customers, Charlotte. I am proud to announce that Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated received a contract from the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, and I'm sure I don't need to explain it to you, Charlotte. Stop calling me that! Although Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services, cremation is preferred here as it is more cost efficient of the two. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from cremation. I hate him. Dr. Zaius. I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs like a human being, Charlie. A human being. We, as a species, have seen the beginning of our end. Funeral homes. Why do it? The appeal of a funeral home is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago that we were taking care of our own deceased, but nowadays people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't given the option and assume this is mandatory. Funeral homes will not always prepare the deceased during using embalmings and other methods to make them appear more alive. But isn't this process counterintuitive of the grieving process? Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn or give the opportunities to the family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they are taken to be buried or cremated. The idea of keeping the deceased's body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomposition takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. Huh, I didn't know that. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are economical. A traditional funeral, complete with the body preparation, service, flowers, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards of $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved one yourself, to wash and dress them, and to organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it's legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. But states like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require a funeral director's involvement, from signing the death certificate to overseeing burial or cremation. We're in the clear. If this is a route that you decide to go on for yourself or your loved ones, make sure you follow everything. Make sure you follow everything by the book. But just know that this may be an option available to you and your loved ones if you so choose. He's gonna tell us we can't do those either. More like Virgin Grant. Hey, got him. Of course his name is Chad. Yep, I'll take care of it. I hate you so much, but I'll take care of it. While quietly wishing for your death. Before we cremate this gentleman, we'll need to prepare his body. He doesn't seem to have any valuables on him that would be damaged during cremation, so let's just worry about putting his identification tag into the coffin with him. This gentleman is all set to be cremated now. How do we know he didn't have a pacemaker? Well, I guess he didn't, because nothing exploded. Using the cremulator, yes, I know. Back up on the counter, here, and shaboom. All done. Matthew will take the urn into the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Sorry. Crunching ice. Will there be anyone out here? No. This is the worst. Again. One more time. Okay. Oh, right, email. I know, I'm coming. Latest contract acquisition, hospital. Hello all. We are thrilled to announce that Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated subsidiary Rose and Daughters just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us to access all of the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. Oh no. We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives over $15 million in funding and donations annually. I don't care about the money! This will no doubt be a boon for Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated's bright and sustained future. I hate you so much. I hate you so much. Oh, is Matthew gonna quit? Here we go. Coffee Dimka. Mr. Grant, regarding the last time we spoke, my daughters and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden, we don't know what to do. We just want to make sure she has a proper send-off. Dear Mr. Dimka, I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. I promise you your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of her beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. A standard embalming will allow for everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one last time as she was, beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Letting us take care of the food and our prepared food service will ensure that you don't have a single thing to worry about on this day. You and your daughters are going through a hard time right now. Let us here at Rose and Daughters make this difficult time a little easier for you. Fuck you! Fuck you! Not you! Dear Mr. Grant, okay, we'll take the traditional funeral package. Thank you for considering us in this hard time. God, you deserved so much better. I'm so sorry. Charlotte, I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose this sale. Please read the enclosed email for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. No, I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell. That is part of your job. No, it is not. I'm done. Charlie, it's official. I put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am selling for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself, but you I am worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Matthew. P.S. I'll bring beers over next week. We can talk a bit more freely. Don't leave. You and Jen are the only rays of sunshine I have. Please just tell me you'll keep emailing me. I kissed her. Ooh, what'd you do, Jen? Tell me everything. Dating a special effects makeup artist. And she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was always your recommendation. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there. I was getting worried you had lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work and also isn't too into it like the last dude I saw. Jason? Michael? I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want, and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that I like working with death, and spending so much time thinking about death actually makes me happier. It makes everything else so much more worth it, you know? Memento mori, or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. Unus annus. We just clicked. Feels good. Fun and affirming. Like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on one of the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on the top of a Ferris wheel and be super cordy and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me for now. I'm still kind of in shock from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You know you have my support 100% no matter what you decide. I don't even know what I told you. Oh. Okay.
I just realized that you may have actually been reading something sensitive when you screamed fuck you, so if I actually jumped in on something that did not warrant that,
Oh
I'm
no,
so
you're cool.
sorry.
We're morticians. Funeral director. I mean, that can be pretty fucking sensitive because I have to, you know.
Yeah, but like, I didn't hear all of it, but at a certain point I was like, oh wait, I don't know
Shit.
what she was talking about.
It's okay, you're good. I was yelling at my boss.
Yeah, fuck you.
We got Jaleesa's seal of approval. Fuck you, Chad. Alright. Back to the emails. Funerals monthly. Water, water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Water cremation. I didn't know this was a thing. We can call it a few things, like flameless cremation. a bit of an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide. Or perhaps more commonly, oh hi, resumation. Its technical name, though, is actually alkaline hydrolysis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here and it's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of the newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know that traditional cremations and burials take a huge toll on the environment, the high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse gas effect being one of the chief amongst them. Do not step on my keyboard, baby boy. Excuse me, my god. And water cremation is an alternative method available for the eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkali water heated up very high, about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It basically works like a sped-up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation processes. Nice. Neat, huh? It's been around for a bit, and in some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their death to have any greater impact on the environment than necessary. I like that. Alright. Oh, I forgot to confirm that I was going to do this stupid thing. Get right to it. So if I actually start my business, can I hire Matthew? Hi, my love. Hi, my love. Oh, thank you. The deceased's family has asked for an open casket funeral. Let's start by cleaning the body. Honey, I love you so much. But just bump the other hand, okay? This one has a mouse in it. Break rigor mortis by massaging the body. Honey. Sorry if my aim is a little off right now. He really wants my attention. Insert eye caps. Then glue. Cotton balls in the mouth. Sew it shut. Lotion. Alright, make an incision in the neck. Oh wait, tube first. Then the cannula. And then another tube. Honey, come on. I love you so much. I just want to make sure that you're not stepping on the wires. That's all. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I startle you? Alright, turn on the embalming machine. Hi, baby. Oh, you're so cute. Go. I know. You want attention so bad. So bad. You've never been pet before in your life. Never. Sorry. There we go. Oh, you can't even see him, can you? Hang on. It's just kind of hanging out right here. You know, good boy. Yes. The sweet boy. I glanced over. I was like, I wonder if they can see. They can't. So, you a good boy. They love you. I love you too. I love him too. I'm sure he would thank you. Okay, and then we're gonna sew that back up. Let's drain the organs. So what does everybody think of this game so far? All done. Mike will take care of Miss Dimka's makeup, as well as dressing and putting her in her casket. Oh, Mike's still here? Thank you, Mike. Okay. Pay respects first. Are you okay? Here we go. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh, hey, what did you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh yeah, I've actually heard that show is so good. I saw that video of the one kid actor doing karate. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seems right. I don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah. I just want Mom to know I loved her. I wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh, it's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. Yeah. I'm going to miss her. Me too. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah. Let's go for a walk later? It's really nice out. It would be good to stretch my legs. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. I really like it. Yeah, me too. I like this game a lot. I like this game a lot. I swear, one day I'll wear like bright colors just so you can see him. Huh. Because you just blend right into my clothes. Alright, next day. Are we quitting? Are we leaving? Are we going? What are we doing? The music is different. Hey! We did it! Oh. Amy! Charlie dear, I'm so proud of you. I knew that there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there's anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to help. Best wishes, Amy Rose. P.S. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. Matthew! You'll never believe what new job I am working on now. Open this email to find out. Hey, Charlie. When I first became a hearse driver, I told myself that my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree. And thankfully, I concentrated on my driving skills since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver, Charlie. Can you believe that? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason, I was worried you'd think less of me. No, but I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind, and besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Yes. Screaming children, might I add. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute, but don't tell Amy I told you that. She was always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about them. Grats on your new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. Thanks. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Be seeing ya, Matthew. Oh, I love this so much. Charlie, I'm so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase. But you stuck through it all like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying not to be cheesy right now. Can't wait to be at home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. Always, Jen. P.S. Have you heard about those green burial pods? Yes. When I find the link in one of my million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. There's no funerals monthly. Oh, this should be... I guess this is mine. Let's read our own website. Our services. Magnolia Forest, named after the magnolia trees that surround the funeral home, specializes in at-home funerals and green burials in our natural burial park. Our goal is to empower families and encourage them to have closer relationship with death and the dying process. The death of a loved one can be a confusing and sometimes traumatic time, and we want you to feel fully involved in your loved one's death care decisions. Whether you're looking to care for your loved one from the comfort of your home, be present during their cremation, or bury them in our natural cemetery, Magnolia Forest is here to work with you and provide these simple but intimate and meaningful options. Natural Burial Park. Our natural burial park allows the body to return to the earth and recycle naturally. It is intended as an environmentally sustainable alternative to existing funeral practices. Our park has room for bodies of all sizes and ages, as well as beloved pets. You're not going anywhere, you're only one. You got tons of time, my friend. Families also have the option to bury their loved ones themselves, if they so choose. Prices. We believe in being transparent about our prices and practices. We are happy to explain all of our prices, work within your budget, and hope to make you feel comfortable and confident in your decisions. Let us know if we can answer any of your questions. Funeral home arrangement. 1,000 all-inclusive. Green and burial services. $22.50 for adults, all included. Direct cremation. $600, all included. Infants are buried at no charge. We can provide a 3x3 plot and help opening and closing the grave. Oh, I love Charlie. She's so good. What are you doing? Are you done with me? Alright. He's just hanging out over here. He likes stealing half of my seat sometimes. I love this. Okay, Eileen Hansen. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this day has come up. Thank you for understanding and for your work. You've made today easier already. See you at 1 p.m. Best, Eileen Hansen. I'll see you soon. And out we go. Look at this. This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much, but thank you. Thank you for helping me give her the funeral she's always wanted. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started now. We're watching the credits. Pets. Meredith, Bastion, B, Future, Luna, and Tyler. Ha! Got 'em all! Okay. So that was A Mortician's Tale. I didn't realize it actually had an ending. I thought we would keep going. But I liked that. I liked that a lot. It was very informative. It was very beautifully morally aligned. I liked that a lot. I liked that a lot. Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. This game is so sweet. It is so sweet, and it's surprisingly educational. Not surprising, but you know what I mean. I genuinely wasn't expecting to come into this and be educated on death and death positive subjects and how to handle funeral processions. I enjoyed that a lot, like a lot. Oh, what a good game. What a good game. Okay, hang on. Let me look up who this is by. Laundry Bear Games. Oh wow, its initial release date was in 2017. Yeah, Laundry Bear Games is the name. I'll type it out in chat. If any of you want to go find it, feel free. That was such a good game. I enjoyed playing that. That was really nice. Even when I was mad at fucking Chad. They chose a great name. Yeah. Oh man, I guess, you know what this means? We're gonna have to go through all of the bundle that I got, because I got like hundreds of games from that bundle. And there are just so many that I haven't touched, I haven't looked into, I don't even know what's in that thing. So that's just a world of opportunity right there. So maybe we'll pick a new one and play it tonight, perhaps. If not, tomorrow morning. Yeah. So that was A Mortician's Tale, and I guess that this is as good as any of a time to end it. So oh, you want to say goodbye with me? Come here. Thank you for the kisses. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day, a great night, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I hope to see you next time. So until then, bye everybody. Oh, are you done now?